guided meditation, and it's on interdependence and looking to how this can help us open to respect and care for difficult people. So with this meditation, it is an exploration where we do look towards our connection with others and then bring in somebody who is a little bit difficult if we're just beginning with these kinds of practices. And I really want to acknowledge that for some people that is really challenging. So you do want to respect where you are at right now and to not try to force anything, but to see if you can open to the possibility of seeing this person in a slightly different way. And that can be the beginning of finding a way to separate the person from their actions, because this is not meaning that we condone the actions that they do that cause harm, but we're really coming back to the aspect that we are all in this together, whether we like it or not, and that when we lash out, when we cut off, when we deny, suppress, we all suffer. And so it's just coming from that perspective. Okay, so begin by finding your posture. Just find a posture where your spine is upright, and yet the muscles are invited to relax, soften to whatever degree they can. And then we simply rest with this experience. And taking a moment to reflect on why it is that you meditate. What motivates you? Finding your own words. And seeing if that motivation can be expanded to include the welfare and liberation of all living beings whom we share this life with. And then for a few moments, rest in open awareness by letting everything be just as it is. All of your sensory experience can still be there. And we just rest within it all. Let it be. Then, as we look towards interdependence, we can first just look at this experience of sitting here. the sensations that we're experiencing in our body are connected to our environment, the chair or cushion, the hardness or softness, the air temperature, coolness, warmth, the sounds that are present. Maybe you hear the bird sounds where I am, the sound of my voice, your refrigerator, neighbors. All of this has an impact. Some of it may be pleasant, we like it. Some of it unpleasant, we'd like to push away, get rid of. Some of it just is. And looking to see how it affects your mind. It's all a part of your experience right now. And it's all in flux, changing. And as something like pain might disappear, maybe the mind becomes more easeful. Things have impact. And then just looking to people in our lives and how they've had influence that can be affecting how we sit here right now. You could remember back to when you first heard about meditation. Whether it was a person who inspired you, came through a book that somebody wrote, a friend that invited you. Just seeing how this has impacted you in being here right now. And looking at other people who have been positive influences in your life, have inspired you to learn, to grow, know friendship, kindness. Show compassion, wisdom. All of these people too having influence. We may not even know them. And yet they've affected our lives. Just letting them freely come to mind. And appreciating them. And the connection. And then seeing if you can remember times in your life when maybe you were walking down the street and you had a chance encounter with someone and it affected you. Maybe it helped you to see a broader perspective, or their smile reached into your world and lifted you up. Just appreciating all of the people we may not have a name for, but they too have had an influence. A part of our world. Then, bringing to mind people who we may have had challenges with. Our first reaction may be aversion, not wanting to know this person. And yet, as we came to know them, as we worked within our own mind, something shifted. We learned. We opened. We saw them as a person. We grew. of our opening and growing. Our world richer. And then bringing to mind somebody whom there's some little difficulty that is still unresolved. Remembering no pushing, but just bringing them to mind, noticing in our own mind what the reaction is. And seeing if we can accept that reactivity without feeding it, but allowing it to be present. Maybe we're fearful, angered, disappointed. And as we're aware of the other person, seeing if we can open our view of who they are. We may not like their actions or approve of them. In our lives, we may even need to speak out. And yet, they are a part of this living whole. To shut down our heart hurts us. Is there a way that we can see them as maybe a suffering being who, just like us, wants to be happy and is doing the very things that cause more suffering? It may be out of our control to change them, but taking care in our own heart. What can we bring to this moment? Without pushing or forcing. Starting from where we are. And opening beyond this difficult person. If it feels helpful, remembering the people who inspire us. help us to be strong, grow. Just seeing this vast world of not just human beings, but living beings who are all connected. You know, from the insects, the birds, the fish, the animals, plants. We're all here together. All made up of the elements. Living within a vast field of interconnection. Influx. And rest within this. Being a part of all things, with no part left out. And concluding this practice by dedicating any benefit to be that all living beings everywhere find peace, freedom, and recognize that they too are a part of all living beings. Okay, so thank you for being here today. Thank you for your practice. And I hope that in some way, there's so many different ways at coming at holding the difficult people in our hearts. And I just feel like it's so important in this time. So this is just one way that I found helpful. And there is other ways that we explore in the courage to live, to love, knowing there is nothing to hang on to.